I still remember the day I received the call from my mother, informing me that my grandmother had passed away, leaving me the old family home. I hadn't set foot in that house for over 20 years. Not since my family moved away when I was a child. The thought of returning to my childhood home was bittersweet, filled with a mix of nostalgia and trepidation. As I stepped out of my car and onto the cracked driveway, a shiver ran down my spine. The house looked exactly as I had left it, with the same faded blue paint and the same creaky porch swing. But something felt off, like the house was watching me, waiting for me to enter. I pushed aside the feeling and began to unpack, trying to shake off the eerie atmosphere that seemed to cling to every room. As night began to fall, I decided to explore the house, to relive old memories and make new ones. I walked from room to room, running my fingers over the familiar surfaces, feeling a sense of comfort and peace wash over me. But as I entered my old bedroom, I noticed something that made my blood run cold. On the wall, in the same spot where I used to have my favorite poster, was a message, scrawled in childish handwriting. "I've been waiting." I spun around, but I was alone. I tried to convince myself that it was just a prank, but the words seemed to sear themselves into my brain. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched, that something was waiting for me in the shadows. As the night wore on, the creaks and groans of the old house took on a sinister tone, making me feel like I was being stalked by some malevolent presence. I tried to sleep, but my mind was racing, filled with memories of my childhood, of the laughter and the tears, of the secrets and the lies. And then, I heard the whisper. It was a soft, raspy voice, whispering my name, over and over again. I sat up in bed, my heart racing, and that's when I saw it. A figure, standing in the corner of my room, watching me. I tried to scream, but my voice was frozen in my throat. The figure began to move closer, its presence filling the room with an unspeakable horror. And then, everything went black. When I came to, I was lying on the floor, my head throbbing with pain. The room was empty, but the message on the wall was still there, staring at me like a cold, dead eye. I knew then that I had to get out of the house, to leave the past behind and start anew. But as I turned to leave, I heard the whisper once more, this time with a hint of laughter. "You'll never leave," it said. And then, the darkness closed in around me, and I was never seen again.